Hello, and welcome to Lunchtime Lockdown.
He's Papa Steve.
And he's Hugo.
Very sad Papa means Dad in French.
Happy Easter, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Easter Sunday. We are, aren't we, Hugo?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. I'm glad you're enjoying your Easter. Did you get lots of eggs?
What eggs?
For Easter? What do you mean, what eggs?
Yeah, I did. I also got sweets, toys.
You got lots of stuff, didn't you?
I got Lego, Minecraft, Lego.
Goodness me.
Bunny bubbles.
Anyway, we are talking a roast dinner today, and we're going to teach you the quickest and easiest Yorkshire pudding recipe you've ever seen in your life.
We're also going to put lemon jumper chicken.
Yeah, we're going to show you how to prep a chicken as well, just so you get it full of flavour. We're going to show you roast potatoes. So we better crack on, haven't we?
Yeah.
So the first thing...
My dad's doing the joke today.
Am I?
Yeah.
Well, let's just get our Yorkshire puddings going first, and then we'll do the joke. So,
joke of the day.
First thing we need to do, we need to get some oil in our tray. I've just got a traditional muffin tray. And this has been used lots of times for Yorkshire puddings. Now, there's only the three of us, so we're probably talking 2 Yorkshire puddings per person on a greedy day. So we're looking at 6 to 8 Yorkshire puddings for us in our household. So you half fill your muffin tray with oil. Now don't worry about this being too fatty. The oil will get red hot and it'll just stop the batter mix sticking to the bottom of your muffin tray when you throw your batter mix in. Now I'm going to pop this in the oven to preheat. The oven's going to be set as high as it can go. We're going to turn it down when we're filling the muffin tray with batter. So don't worry about it. So I'm going to pop this. I'm going to pop this in the oven, and then we'll start making the batter for the Yorkshire puddings. Our Yorkshire pudding tray is in the oven preheating. We're going to make up our batter. Now our batter is the simplest recipe. Yes, you know.
You haven't told them how hot the oven has to be.
Well, I did. I told them it's turned up as high as it'll go because we want to get that oil really, really, really smoking hot.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I didn't pretty much understand that.
Okay. So our batter mix, really simple. It's equal parts by volume, flour, milk, and eggs.
I'm not doing eggs today.
Okay, well I'll do them. So when I say by volume, I'm literally using a small cup today, a small glass.
Yeah,
and this is about 200 mils worth. So it should do more than enough. So I'm literally, watch your hand, Hugo. I'm literally going to scoop out some flour. And again, it's just bog standard plain flour. Make sure you don't use self-raising, because believe me, it will not work. I've made that mistake myself before. So, bog standard plain flour in there. We're going to get our eggs, and then we're just going to fill the same cup with egg. So we get the same volume of egg in there. And it's probably going to be about 3 eggs. And if you need to just top up the glass a little bit, we might add a little bit of milk in there, but no, I think we're going to be about bob on with 4 eggs. So,
what does bob on mean?
and look at that, completely full with
What does
4
bob
eggs.
on mean?
What does bob on mean? It's just an old expression that means we're exactly on the money. We've got exactly the right amount in there. And then the same with milk. Now obviously again, you know, Hugo doesn't eat milk, so we're using soy milk in ours.
Or coconut milk.
You can use coconut milk if you wanted to, but most people will use cow's milk, won't they, Hugo?
Yeah.
Now, that's our batter. All I'm going to do is grab the stick blender and we're going to give that a
It
whiz
looks
up.
like ice cream.
Are you going to do it, Hugo,
It
or
looks
me?
like ice cream with...
Are you going to use the blender or am I doing it?
You.
Me, okay. So, a little whiz with this to get nice and smooth, break down on the egg. That's our batter made. That's going to be rest for about an hour would be perfect. We're going to do it a little bit quicker than that, but if you can leave it to rest for an hour, it'd be great. We're now, We're now going to prep our chicken while we're waiting for our oil to heat up. So all I've got for our chicken to start us with, I've got half a lemon that was left over from yesterday's recipe. We're going to shove that down the chicken's butt, aren't we, Hugo?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not chucking it down the
Yes,
chicken.
you are.
Okay, I've done it before.
You have done it before, and I'm just going to put half a clementine in there. Now the reason you don't want to stuff your chicken is because, you know, you'll stop the air flowing in the chicken. So we put these in and it'll generate some steam from the flavours of the citrus fruits that'll just flow through the chicken. We're going to put a little bit of fresh thyme out the garden in there as well. Can you get that in there as well?
I think I can't.
Let me get that in there. So that's going in the cavity of the chicken. So you can see that's all got that in there now. And we can still get the air flowing through. Go on. Now I'm going to take a little bit more time. Now this is soft stem time, so I'm just going to chop this whole because it doesn't really matter. If you've got hard time, you might need to pick the leaves off and chop it first before you chop it. So I'm going to chop this nice and fine. And I've got some baker's block. Now, normally you'd be using butter, but again, Hugo's dairy free, so we're not going to bother with butter today. We're going to use this baker's block. So the time is going to go.
Why did you get butter ready anyway?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's going to go on the chicken.
The chicken.
The chicken. So we've got the thyme there. We've got some garlic that's going to go in there.
That garlic doesn't look like garlic.
Well, it's pre-chopped up, Hugo.
Okay.
Are you going to mush this or am I going to mush it?
No, I just want to tell them something. Once when I went out with my friends, I ate some wild garlic.
You did? Well, that was all about walks. Gosh, that was before the lockdown happened, wasn't it?
Yeah, we saw it.
And did you like it? We
Yeah.
picked an ostrich out in the wilds of Lancashire. We saw an ostrich on a walk. It was a bit of a strange walk, that one, wasn't it?
We walked. It was just at the start.
Yeah.
Some people are hunting.
We're hunting. They were.
Yeah, and my friend found a cover of a bullet.
He did.
He loves war, so he basically loves Nerf guns.
We've essentially got our butter or baker's block with our thyme and our garlic in, and this is going to go on the outside of the chicken, and we're going to put some underneath the skin so that it melts into the breast of the chicken.
Oh.
Ew, what do you mean? Ew. So we're just going to separate the skin from the breast meat and shove some of this butter in there as well.
If you think the chicken's bleeding, just tell us.
If it's bleeding, why would it be bleeding? It's dead, Hugo.
Yeah, but it looks bloody to me.
Does it?
Yeah.
So we've got the butter in underneath the skin and on the top of the skin, and that is going to make a beautiful flavoured chicken.
We forgot about the juice.
Almost, but thank goodness you reminded me. Now Hugo can't quite remember today's joke, so he's left it up to me to tell it.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
Yeah.
So, knock knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Boo-hoo.
Don't need to cry, Easter will be back this time next year. Hey! So we've got our chicken ready to go, and we've done our batter mix. Our oven tray is preheated, so we're going to go around and we're going to pour our batter in. Once the batter's in there, we're going to lower the oven down to 180 degrees. We're going to give it 25 minutes at 180 degrees. Okay? Hugo's going to film me pouring the batter, so let's do this, Hugo.
It's one time.
So our oil is now red hot, and we're going to pour our batter in, and it'll go about 3/4 of the way up. Don't worry about the overflowing oil.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just silly old oil.
Yeah, and these are going to be monster Yorkshire puddings.
Even if my grandma, my dad's mum.
So I'm going to lower my oven down to
good
180.
ones.
I'm going to set my timer for 25 minutes.
That is the 25 minutes going.
Awesome job, Hugo. And Our Yorkshire puddings are in the oven. Hugo did a fantastic job filming them. Just before he goes off for a quick game of Pokemon Monopoly, we're going to talk about roast potatoes.
For 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes? It's going to take like 30 seconds, Hugo. So, the potatoes I use for roast potatoes are roosters, and I think these are one of the greatest potatoes available. They make perfect roasties, they're great for mash, they're just so versatile. They are a little bit more expensive, but I'm talking pennies. So I'm going to get all these peeled. Hugo's going to go on for a quick game of Pokemon Monopoly. When I say. And we'll see you back in 10 minutes.
Bye.
And that's our Yorkshire puddings just about ready. Let's have a look, see what they look like. And there we go, they look pretty good to me. I'm just going to take these out, let them cool. They can then come out the tray and go back in the oven just to warm through later on when we're ready to eat them. Our Yorkshire puddings have come out the oven. That means we're ready to put our chicken in. So I'm just going to give this our chicken, as we say in Liverpool, but we won't let Mummy hear us say that, will we, Hugo?
No.
So I'm just going to give it a really good season. We've got it all ready to go. Hugo's going to go and pop this in the oven now, aren't you?
Yeah, but
There you
my
go.
mum's putting it in the oven.
Oh,
I'm
go on.
not.
Go on. Go and pop that in the oven.
For you, ask your mum and dad to put it in there.
So, next we're just going to get our roast potatoes. Now, our roast potatoes couldn't be easier. There's no messing around with parboiling or anything like that. So we're just going to get some fresh oil. Give it a good bit of oil in the bowl with our potatoes. I've got them all cut down to a nice even size, all roughly the same size. I've got some more of the thyme here that I had from the garden. I'm going to chop this up nice and fine. Hopefully Hugo's going to come back. What are you eating, Mr. Hugo? Are you eating more Easter egg again? Goodness me, you're going to turn into an Easter egg at this rate. So the time goes in.
I've only got a tiny bit left.
Oh, that's okay.
My dad's been eating more than me.
Not more than you, it's not possible. So our thyme's going to go in with our roast potatoes. A bit of garlic. Salt and pepper. Now our chicken has gone in the oven on 170 and we're going to leave that in there for about an hour and 20 minutes. Our potatoes, now we've got the oil, the thyme, the garlic, salt and pepper. We're going to put them on our tray and they're going to go in for about 45 minutes. We're just going to give these a good mix up, get that thyme and the garlic over them all. And you do want a good bit of oil on these potatoes.
I just forgot that one.
Did I? Oh, thanks. So we'll spread them out, give them room to get a bit of colour on them all. So in about half an hour I'm going to pop that in with the chicken and then that'll take them about 45 minutes to roast off with the chicken by the side and we'll be ready to go. We'll have one roast dinner ready, won't we, Hugo? And we'll see you shortly.
We have set the table up with our chicken, our roast potatoes, our veggies and our Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, our chicken's been in there for an hour and 20 minutes and it looks good, doesn't it, Hugo?
Looks
Our
yummy,
roasties have come out nice and crisp. We've got our Yorkshire puddings reheated through the oven and we're about to sit down and eat our dinner. I'm going to carve the chicken. Or are you carving the chicken?
You're carving
I'll carve the chicken. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's show. I've been Steve.
He's been Hugo.
That caught you off guard, didn't it? We'll see you next time on Lunchtime Lockdown. Have a great bank holiday weekend and stay safe.
Stay from COVID-19.